Hey, welcome back to another episode of Bookbot Theory, your go to podcast for all things book marketing, publishing, and the occasional dramatic plot twist that doesn't come from fiction but from real life in publishing. Today I've got a story, a true one that still makes me shake my head and laugh in that slightly unhinged way we do when something is not actually funny, but wow, what a ride. So, once upon a time, a few years ago, I started working with this author, talented, driven, full of promise. Over the next 3 to 4 years, I was their editor, ghostwriter, mentor, and an unofficial life coach. Think of me as a one woman publishing dream team. Then came time for the big stuff, marketing. We were very keen that she get launched with a very big bang. And of course, she was willing to invest in marketing. And it was my job to help her find a very good marketing team. I connected her with a fantastic company that specialized in working with self-published authors. So that was another drawback that she had, was that she was self-published. And because of which, self-published authors do not have that easy when it comes to book marketing. But this company was working only with self-published authors. And on the side, they could also be your literary agent, your editors. They were into designing, they were into publishing. Oh, they were doing so many things together. But there was a little hiccup. She was based abroad. And she asked me if I could make the payment on her behalf. Just a small advance, she said, from the money that she'd paid me for my services. And she said, I'll reimburse you soon. I'm sure you already guessed where it is going right now, so no spoilers here. She didn't. And also, let's not forget, I was managing her emails, talking to vendors, keeping her calendar, handling her brand. Basically, her behind the scenes I was her virtual assistant. So I practically knew what she was talking to this book marketing person, what deal she was gathering, what money talk was happening, and I could read them all, including what was being written about me. And then she just disappeared like a magician's final trick. No thank you, no payment, no follow up. It's been more than 6 years today. And to date, she has never tried to reach out or to clear the air. And guess what? Today, she's published with one of India's top 5 publishing houses. Yes, very happy for her. Am I proud of her? Definitely. But was I ever paid? Not a single thing for the last bills. This isn't a story about unpaid invoices. It's about unspoken boundaries in the publishing world. It's about how invisible work goes unacknowledged. And it happens far too often to editors, ghostwriters, marketers, and of course, consultants. But here's where we pause to be fair. Because I know this also goes both ways. I have heard horror stories from authors who have been burned by so-called professionals, ghostwriters who disappeared mid-project, editors who never delivered, or maybe when they delivered, it was such a shoddy product that they actually had to rehire an editor and, of course, make a payment again. Or marketers who charged a bomb, vanished into thin air, or perhaps delivered terrible, terrible marketing results. So publishing in general is not immune to bad breakups. And yes, I say this with equal empathy. Whether you are an author or a publishing professional, the golden rules are the same. Communicate clearly, set expectations, sign agreements, pay people on time, and don't ghost. Unless you are writing a paranormal thriller, then perhaps I would like to let you go. And that's the heart of why I host Bookbot Theory. My aim is to bring transparency into publishing, into book marketing. I want authors and everyone else in this ecosystem to feel empowered, educated, and confident in how they navigate the business of books. So, almost a decade ago, when I published my first book, or rather self published it to be very clear, I was also taken for a ride. I also faced a lot of hiccups. And that is one of the reasons why I felt that being an insider, if I can still be taken for a ride, I was very fortunate that I also had people who were open enough to tell me things or to guide me. But that didn't still save me from a lot of things that I went through as a writer. And of course, with Kimaya, that's another story for another day. So I feel that every author who comes out with a book or who enters this industry needs to know everything. They need to know what they are getting into. They need to know what they are paying for, how much they are going to pay for, and what are they going to get in return. Of course, I agree, writing is an art, but publishing is a business. And businesses run on clarity, contracts, and mutual respect. This is one thing that I would say is non negotiable for me in terms of working with anyone. So, of course, next time you hire someone or get hired, just ask yourself, would you expect the same from a literary agent, a publisher? If the answer is no, maybe it's time to rework that approach. And that's all for today's episode. If the story resonated with you, or if you have a publishing horror story from either side, DM us, email, or drop it in the comments. Misery loves company, and sometimes it turns into an episode. Don't forget to subscribe, share this with your author friends, and most importantly, respect the people who make your stories come alive. Catch you next time on the Bookbot Theory. Thank you so much for joining.